Valid 00Z Sunday, April 19th, 2026. 00Z Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. Thunderstorms are set to continue today from the upper Ohio Valley, where severe storms are possible, to the southern plains. A drastic cool down across the central to eastern U.S. is expected in the coming days following a week of unseasonably warm temperatures. Dry and gusty post-frontal conditions will lead to a fire weather threat over portions of the central and southern high plains this weekend. And early next week, widespread showers and thunderstorms will continue ahead of a cold front. Today, pushing through the interior northeast, through the Ohio, Tennessee, lower Mississippi valleys, and into Texas. Stronger wind. Fields aloft with an approaching upper trough over portions of the lower Great Lakes into the upper Ohio Valley will lead to sufficient shear for more robust thunderstorms capable of producing severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center has maintained a slight risk level February 5th for parts of the upper Ohio Valley, with thunderstorms potentially bringing damaging winds and hail. In addition, an isolated flash flood risk will exist as well for both parts of the Northeast and the Gulf Coast. The cold front is then forecast to reach and bring precipitation to the East Coast overnight, Saturday, and into early Sunday morning, with most locations drying out by midday as the front clears the coast. With the passage of the front, wintry mix will be possible for higher elevations of the interior Northeast, although accumulations will remain light and limited. The cold front is expected to stall off the coast of South Texas overnight, Saturday/Sunday morning. High moisture content and light easterly onshore flow will continue to support thunderstorms throughout the day Sunday and through Monday in southern Texas, posing an isolated flash flood risk. An approaching Pacific system will begin to bring precipitation to the coastal Pacific Northwest Sunday before spreading towards northern California by early Monday. Precipitation chances will increase Monday and will bring the possibility of isolated flooding in the plains as a result of the passage of a few cold fronts. Gusty and dry post-frontal conditions across portions of the plains will bring a critical risk of fire weather level 2/3 for central/western Nebraska today and southwest Kansas, southeast Colorado, northeast New Mexico, and the Oklahoma/Texas panhandles Sunday. The aforementioned cold front will then bring a drastic cool down to much of the central to eastern U.S. following a week of well above average temperatures. Much cooler highs will spread throughout the Midwest and the plains today, with temperatures as low as the mid-30s in the northern plains. Regions including the Northeast, Mississippi Valley, and Mid-Atlantic will see cooler temperatures beginning Sunday. High temperatures into the 40s and 50s for the Northeast, 50s and 60s through the Mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley, and 60s and low 70s into the Southeast are expected Sunday. Warmer temperatures in the 80s will continue along the Southeast Atlantic coast into Florida Sunday before highs drop into the 70s Monday. Meanwhile, a renewed warm-up will commence across the western U.S. as an upper-level ridge begins to build. Forecast highs across the interior West will jump from the 50s and 60s today into the 60s and 70s Sunday. Above-average highs will also gradually spread into the northern/central plains, with highs reaching into the 80s for some locations by Monday. The West Coast will remain more temperate, with highs holding in the 60s in the Pacific Northwest and 60s and 70s in California this weekend. Meanwhile, the desert Southwest will continue to experience slightly above average temperatures, reaching the lower 90s.